Good evening. I'm sorry you were unable to attend our Meet the Teacher night this evening, but I'm glad I'm able to bring myself to you this way virtually. I'm going to give you a brief synopsis about myself and our course. If you have any further questions, please email me or try to give me a call. Email is usually the best way to reach me because I can do that any time of day or on the weekend as well. Okay, so hey, I'm Chris Malik. I have been teaching for 27 years. Actually, this is the start of my 27th year of teaching. 16 of those years have been right here at Casa Grande Union High School. Previous to that, I taught right outside of Chicago for about 11 years. And when I moved to Arizona, I started teaching here at Casa Grande Union. My qualifications include that, yes, I have a degree, a bachelor's degree in the teaching of history specifically. I have a master's degree in education. I have worked for the College Board itself. This is an AP course. AP World History is run by the College Board. I have worked for them 9 of the past 12 years actually grading the AP exams. So I'm very well versed into what the College Board is looking for on the essays that the students write, on the multiple choice questions that they're going to answer, on the short answer questions that they're going to do. I've graded those, so I am very, very familiar with what the College Board wants from your student. Personally, I do live here in Casa Grande. I have twin 19-year-old daughters that are both at college. They have participated in the AP program, one much more than others, but they did participate in the AP program themselves. So I got to see the benefits of AP through the eyes of a parent like you. I was an AP student myself in high school, so I have lots of AP experience for your students. Other personal things that might be relevant, I do travel quite widely. I have been to places like Nepal and Everest Base Camp. I'm an avid hiker. I've climbed Mount Kilimanjaro and been in Africa, obviously, in Tanzania and Kenya. I've been in Italy and Pompeii and Rome and Venice. So I do travel, and I bring a lot of those experiences to the classroom. I think geography and travel are one in one with history. So I look forward to bringing some of those experiences to your students' learning as well. As far as the course is concerned, you can see a little bit of the stuff here. This is actually, if you've gotten to my video, you'll probably see the first link is actually going to be this video, which I'll post after it's completed, right there at the top so you can access it. This is actually, if I back up a little bit, this is the home page that we will use for our AP World History course. And your students will access much of the assignment, many of the assignments that we do right here through Blackboard. I do use it quite widely and extensively even before our virtual experience. I think the electronic access that we have is a great advantage. Going to show you a couple things under here. Some of them I hope you've already looked through, like for example, you see the AP World History syllabus is available there. I did send home a notice. There it is. I did send home a notice that looked like this that I should have gotten back from all of your students. If not, they missed an easy grade. And of course, you would have access to the syllabus and the reading calendar and PowerSchool through the QR codes. So hopefully you got one of these and had a chance to access these a little bit before. I'm not really going to talk too much about what you see here in the syllabus. I'm just going to point it out to you. I only have a few minutes of time to speak with you this evening, and I don't want to waste it all going through here. I will point out a couple of things though. Number one, I want to make sure that everybody's aware there is a cost for the exam. I don't know when the deadline to pay for that will be. Likely it'll be November, but I'll send you more information when we get those dates firmed up as to when the money is due. Last year was $95. It's been as high as $98, and it's been as low as $92. That price is set by the College Board in conjunction with the school. There is a reading calendar that I want to make you aware of. Now, before I leave this syllabus, I do want to say, hey, really these first 3 pages and the last 3 pages are the ones you want to take a look at. Here it tells you at the bottom of that first page what the course is going to cover, time period-wise and topic-wise. It tells you the themes that we'll see over and over again and stress in our study of history, as well as the thinking skills down here, which are, to me, really the most important. I'm not looking to make your student a world historian. It would be nice, but I'm looking to make them a really good critical thinker. And that can be applied in any area, history, science, math, anywhere else. That's a valuable life skill. So those thinking skills that you see here, yeah, that's where we really want to stress stuff. To move away from the syllabus, I'm going to go to the reading calendar. I only have this week populated. I've been moving sort of slowly here as we're getting things started. So that reading calendar that you see in front of you indicates what your students should have read by the following day. So for example, read last night, they were supposed to read 338 to 346, and that should have been read for today. Trying to get some of those reading habits established. So they should be reading, everybody should have a copy of this textbook. They should be reading from Ways of the World. That last night's reading was the last part of chapter 8. Yeah, we're already 2 chapters into this. We do move sort of quickly. I require students to take notes on everything they read inside of their reading notebooks. Those notes are then required to be used on the reading quiz that we will eventually have. Now, when I have those reading quizzes, it will say that on the day of the reading quiz, it will let the students know, hey, you have a reading quiz on Thursday, and it's going to cover these pages. They are expected to have their notes and the reading prepared to use those notes for the reading quiz itself. I will actually go around while they're taking the reading quiz, and I will check their notes to make sure that they are from that section. If they have their notes, I actually give them 2 extra credit points, which is a free question on the reading quiz. If they don't have their notes, I will remove 2 points. They will actually be penalized. The notes are not optional. They are the homework assignment standing with every single reading. Okay, so they are required. Please encourage your students to keep up with their reading and the notes. If you don't see them reading, if you don't see them taking notes, something is wrong, and you should ask them about that, and or contact me and say, hey, Mr. Malik, I don't think they look like they're taking notes. And I'll probably be able to know that as well, simply because I won't see their notes here for the reading quizzes, and they probably won't do so well in the quizzes either. Now, of course, we do lots of other activities, and we're just introducing things here, and my tendency is to ramble on about all the other great things that we'll do in the class, but we're already at about 7 minutes. So I want to assure you that the activities that I have in this class, every single thing has a purpose. We're going to engage in lots of writing activities because there are 3 different writing sections on the exam. We'll engage in lots of multiple choice stimulus-based questions because there are 55 of those on the AP exam. So I'm going to do my best to make sure your students are fully prepared for that challenge. Can't guarantee everybody's going to pass it. Nationwide, average is just a little over half every year pass and receive a qualifying score of a 3, 4, or 5. So there's that challenge. We last year blew that out of the water. We did much better than that with our students, and I hope to continue that this year as well. Other than that, I want to encourage you to keep encouraging your students. Ask them about what they're learning about in AP World History. Make sure that they're being held accountable for the reading that they need to do and the work that they need to do for the class. And then, of course, reach out to me if you see anything that concerns you, again, dealing with AP World History. I'm more than willing to speak with you to find a solution to make your student as successful as they possibly can be. With that said, I look forward to working with you and your student all throughout this year. Again, if you have any questions, it's cmalik@cguhsd.org, and I'd be happy to speak with you through email or give you a call at the time that you might tell me would be best for you. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.